It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. And now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, it's showtime. What's happening, everybody? The Geno Jones Show. Bam! You see the name behind me. So I come to you live Monday through Friday, 6:30. 6:30 Eastern Time. 5:30-ish. Maybe a minute or two after, depending on. Anyway, roughly 6:30. 6:30-ish Monday through Friday, East Coast time. 5:30-ish in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. out on the West Coast. Please subscribe to the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. You and everybody you know and don't know, everybody you like, love, can't stand, hate, strangers, aliens from outer space. I am about 50 new subscribers away from becoming a YouTube partner. That means I am about 50 new subscribers away from starting to get a check from YouTube. I'm just going to put it real simple right there. I'm going to give it to you straight, no chaser, where the goats can get it. It's that simple. Yes, the Geno Jones Show is growing so much that we are that close to getting a check from YouTube. How about that? So spread the word like you've been. Thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you to my subscribers from day one, from the door, all the way to the floor, as they say. All right, so today's conversation, for the most part, is going to be a continuation about the conversation everybody is having about the Montgomery riverfront. I've seen all kind of names, Slavery's Revenge, the Montgomery riverfront rumble, all kind of, and some of the memes. Man, I look, the internet is undefeated, and black social media, the hell with Twitter, which is now X. Just, man, black folks on social media, social media would be nothing like everything else. We had flavor, we had culture, we had style, we set the trend, and people follow. They've always done it in art, music, fashion, sports, you name it. Now social media. I've seen some great memes and names on social media. So I'm going to continue that conversation and just answer the question. Because, you know, there's some that don't have the melanin. There's unmelanated, sugar-free, melanin-free. Like, you know, they got the sugar-free sodas, melanin-free. They're like, well, why? Well, why are black folks so happy? And gee, it was violence. Yeah, but it was violence. It wasn't started by black people. So I'm going to address that. So get ready. As George Clinton said, ready or not, here we come, getting down on the one that we believe in. Here's my chance to dance my way. Okay, so much for that. I'm a huge, as you can tell, George Clinton, the king of funk, the godfather, the king, the man. So, first of all, I want to say congratulations to Sierra and her husband, NFL quarterback, NFL star, Russell Wilson, starting quarterback, I do believe, unless he gets beat out of the job, which I doubt, because he's got a new head coach, Sean Payton, who was the coach down in New Orleans. Who that gonna beat them Saints? Won a Super Bowl. Actually, that year I was rooting. That was the year of Katrina. And I was rooting for the Saints. So I'm happy they won. I think, yeah, that was the year they won the Super Bowl. I do believe. Anyway, so Russell Wilson, starting quarterback for the Denver Broncos, used to play in Seattle, won a Super Bowl, should have won 2 Super Bowls with the worst play call in sports history. It caused Russell Wilson to throw an interception on the goal line with less than 2 minutes in the fourth quarter to win the Super Bowl. You were inches away from winning your second consecutive Super Bowl. Russell, call an audible, give Marshawn Lynch, give Beast Mode the ball, dude, really? Teammates said the coaches were so concerned with making sure you got the MVP. You got the the MDC, the most dumbest call. Anyway, I digress. Congratulations, Sierra, Russell Wilson. So they have 2 children together. Let's see, they have a daughter, a 6-year-old daughter, Sienna, and a 3-year-old son named Wynn. And of course, Sierra had a son, Future Jr., by the rapper Future, who she was dating. And I guess, he was too much of that lean. He was leaning too much on that lean. And some other things so much. My mother's watching would say, Jeannie, if you don't have nothing good to say, in most cases, don't say nothing. But sometimes the truth needs to be told. But I digress. So congratulations to Russell Wilson and Sierra. Sierra is on social media. You can see the baby bump. Don't know exactly what her due date is, but I am so happy for them both. Sierra says she had always wanted to have a big family. I guess she found the right dude to have a big family. Because Future apparently wasn't that dude. So, congratulations, Sierra and Russell Wilson. So, happy birthday today, August 8th. First of all, to my niece, Perry Brittany Jones. Perry Brittany, I love you so much. I am so very proud of you. And you know your Uncle Geno is always here for you. Always and forever. Like an old school song that your mom likes, I'm sure your dad likes, from Heat Wave. Always and forever. Forever and a day. Forever and a day. So happy birthday, Perry Brittany. She is just a beautiful spirit and brilliant. Believe in yourself, Perry Brittany. Yes, ma'am. Believe in yourself. Always bet on yourself. Right? Now, also celebrating a birthday today to my Leo queens and kings. Happy birthday to actress Megan Good, man. Megan Good, back in the day, the bros had crushes. It was like, man, that little bitty pint side, man, she was fine. Brothers was loving them some Megan Good, and I'm sure they still do. She still kind of got that baby face. Megan Good is 42 today. She's been in a lot of movies. She was in the movie with Tyrese when they kidnapped Tyrese's son, and she helped Tyrese get his son back. She's been in a bunch of movies. So happy birthday to Megan Good. Also happy birthday to Countess Vaughn. Now she's an actress you saw on TV. She was in Moesha. She was Kimberly Ann Parker. Kimberly Ann Parker on Moesha. And then they spun off a show. Her and Monique, they got the Parkers. Miss Parker. So happy birthday to Countess Vaughn. She is 45 today, R&B singer, former lead singer of Floetry, Marsha Ambrosius. She is 46 today. And rapper, the brother's name is Mohandas DeWeese. You saying, who? Who? Mohandas DeWeese? Kool Mo D, my man. One of the great rappers, to me, underrated. Man, I'm a huge Kool Mo D fan. Kool Mo D, 61 today, so happy birthday to Kool Mo D. I want to shout out everybody watching me live right now. Groove Master Dre, shout out to you, of course, my number one fan, my mom, who said I look like a green apple. Yeah, I do. I look like a jolly green, there was a commercial, like it was Green, what was it, not Green Acres, that was a TV show. What was it? Like vegetables, Green Giant, something like that. It was this green dude, not the whole, this giant green dude, and a TV commercial, it's a company, food company, and they used to advertise on TV. I guess they still do, but when I was a kid, they had Green Giant, vegetables, frozen vegetables, basically, green vegetables. I digress. Yes, I'm the Green Giant today, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I am. I'm going to own it. I'm going to stand on my truth. Speaking on standing on the truth. So, first of all, if you're watching me live today and you missed yesterday's show, I urge and I encourage, I implore you to make sure that you not only you watch yesterday's episode, but you go back and tell everybody that you know. All your co-workers, if you could guys watch it at work, if the boss isn't around, put it on the big screen TV, pull up my YouTube channel, watch it on your phone or your tablet. I don't know, a lot of jobs, they got firewalls, but if you can get to YouTube on your job, pull it up. Make sure that the boss ain't around. Pull it up. Let's see. This is mine. Second shifters. So maybe everybody's gone home now. On the East Coast is after 6:30, 5:30 in Chicago. So maybe the big boss has gone home. So you can go ahead and pull it up on the TV. Or if you guys are in the barber shop, go ahead and cut off whatever you're watching. You can just cut off BET for a minute, and then just cut on YouTube and check out my channel here as they bring me back on camera. Thank you very much. The enemy's always busy because he's afraid of the truth. But, we rebuke you, Satan, in the name of the Lord. Oh, by the way, the Mega Millions jackpot, $1,550,000,000. Stop buying your tickets. It's already a winner. I got the ticket. So, save and invest your money elsewhere. Save and invest your money wisely. Stop buying tickets. You can if you want to, but you're just giving them folks your money because I've got the winning ticket. Now, but please, if you missed yesterday's episode, you got to go back and watch. So, this is a story. It happened over the weekend, I believe Saturday. So, Montgomery, Alabama, the city of Montgomery, Alabama, which has a black mayor, a young brother, looked like he's in his 30s, looked like he could maybe in his early, mid-30s. Just sharp, smart, you can tell, just really brilliant young brother. And the police chief is a black man. Full disclosure, family. We have family in Montgomery, Alabama. So, and I don't know if any family members were part of the Black Avengers, as I'm calling them. The Black Avengers, and there was a kid, 16-year-old kid. Yesterday I called him like the Black Aquaman, Submariner. But no, that dude is like he is the new Black Panther. So Ryan Coogler, I found you. I know in the last episode you showed like the young junior. Yes, the new Black Panther, the kid that was in Haiti with his mom. Lupita Nyong'o, that's what it is. Lupita Nyong'o, and her son. Her son is the son of the Black Panther. Well, the teenage version of Black Panther, we found a kid in Alabama. It's this 16-year-old kid that jumped in the water like he was Black Panther, or like I said, the Black Aquaman, stroking. So, let me just set it up in case you missed it, but you need to go back because yesterday's conversation that I had is important, and yesterday's monologue will lead you into today's monologue. You'll fully understand today's monologue when you go back and watch yesterday, so make sure that everybody's watching it. If you're watching me right now after this, go back and watch it in the barbershop, in the hair salon, in the airport. You're in the waiting area, sitting at the gate, waiting on your plane or whatever you're doing. At home, if you're in the kitchen making your food, making dinner, whatever, doing laundry, in the gym, if you're working out, you got your smartphone, you got your earbuds in. While you're on the treadmill, just go to my YouTube channel and go back. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And share and screen grab, like and binge watch every back episode, and watch yesterday's episode. So, but to give you the shorter version, there is Montgomery, Alabama's on a river. And they have these river boats that go out with people. I know, like Chicago, they have these cruises or tours where, people go get on the boat and they go around like downtown Chicago, right along the lakefront. And you see the skyline and, they have the tourist guide, look at all the Chicago landmarks. So I'm assuming that they do the same thing. I've seen these, but these are huge river boats. Chicago, the boats are not that big, not compared. These are huge river boats. Hundreds, like a couple hundred people have to be on these river boats. And so the dock is the place where these boats park. When a boat is docked, that's just another word for parking a boat. And you have the harbor, and the harbor has docks or parking spaces to where the boats unload their passengers. Well, the dock that these boats were to unload their passengers, park and unload their passengers, was blocked off by some little raggedy ass boat. They called it a pontoon boat, by some not so good old boys. Look like straight out of a trailer park. That's the look. And when you see the video, you look straight out of the MAGA, not just any trailer park, the MAGA trailer park. See the video for yourself. No judgment, just stating what I see. And they acted that way. So you've got this boat that is illegally parked in a dock that is reserved for these river boats that have tourists and other visitors and people who want to go out on the river and I guess ride around the harbor of Montgomery, Alabama. And 45 minutes, apparently, got a chance to do a little more research. So the owners of this boat, you had, I guess, the people that ran the harbor and that was responsible for these boats, these river boats. For 45 minutes, they were like on a loudspeaker saying, listen, if this is your boat parked, it's illegally parked, please move your boat so our boats can dock and they can unload their passengers. So there's a security guard. It's a black guy, had a white t-shirt on, he had his hat on. And I guess after 45 minutes, he unties the boat and just pushes the boat out the way so the river boats can come back to the harbor, come back to their parking space or their dock and unload the passengers. Well, these not so good old boys weren't happy about that. So all of a sudden, 4, 5, 6 of these not so good old boys attack and jump on this brother who is the security guard that's just doing his job, trying to make sure that there are no boats illegally parked in the parking space or the dock that is reserved and used for the river boats who unload their passengers. So these not so good old MAGA maggots was mad. They jumped on the black dude. Cowards. You got 5, 6 of them jumping on this one. Even a woman jumped in there. She got her ass in there. And they're jumping on this black man. So the brother, just as it jumps off, the brother takes his hat, tosses it up in the air, like he's throwing up the bat signal, the bat light. He is doing his best, but they got him on the ground, and out of nowhere, black folks just came, literally, who didn't even know who this dude was, came out of nowhere, came running down. They had like a walkway where you can just walk down. They were running down from, I guess, the upper area where you would park your cars to the guy's rescue. And then one of the river boats that was on the other side of the river had a young man who was actually a co-worker of the black man who got jumped on. We found out this kid is 16. Now, I saw his name. I'm not going to even mention his name, but his name was on social media. I'm so proud of you. This young brother, fully clothed and shoes on, leaps in the water. Whoosh! Michael Phelps. I saw somebody called him Jermichael Phelps. Jermichael. That's the black version of it. My man is whoosh, perfect form. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. The new Black Panther. Because this dude jumped in the water. I didn't see Black Panther jump in the water, but he looked like a movie that the Black Panther would pull off. Like a superhero, this 16-year-old kid swims across the river in record time. I don't know the U.S. Olympic swim team. Y'all need to let this dude have a tryout and do some time trials. Because I guarantee you he would get a medal. And like, gets the 100 free, because this kid was, you just see him in this water. Like he had a motorboat on his back. He was just, whoosh. He gets to the other side of the harbor. He jumps out of the harbor. He jumps out of the river, I should say. Shoes off. Then he's commencing to, bam, body slamming folks. Get off my man. Little slim kid, 16 years old. Black folks out of nowhere. Black folks jumping off the riverboat when they were finally able to park, and it was like the Black Avengers. If you saw that last Avenger movie where they had Thanos and everybody was coming, Doctor Strange and folks was coming out of them little circles. And it was like the Black Avengers, and all of them, all the Black Marvel superheroes was like, you really don't want this smoke now, but you about to get it. Oh, so you could imagine all the black social media. It's just the jokes have been amazing, the memes have been amazing, the pride and the joy. But you've got some wondering, like I said, some folks that are melanin free or very melanin light, very melanin light, who lack melanin, said, so why are black people finding so much joy and pride and laughter in such a violent scene? Well, let me answer that question for you. See, the black man didn't start, he wasn't the one that was violent. He had to defend himself. And the other black people were defending a black man who was being attacked by 5, 6 or more people who were in the wrong, who were mad because the black man, who was the authority figure, who was doing his job as a security guard, who had been trying to find these jackasses for 45 minutes to get them to move their boat, but they figured because it was a black man, well, this N-word can't tell me what to do. There are no laws that I gotta abide by. If a black man tells me what to do, that I gotta obey the law. Kind of like there was a Supreme Court decision called the Dred Scott decision, where that was like written in law, that there were no laws that a white man had to obey in regards to a black man. That's basically paraphrasing. I'm giving you the short version of it. There wasn't any law that involved a black man that a white man had to observe. He could kill, rape, lynch. It wasn't a crime because it was done to a black man. So the laws that applied to white people didn't apply to a black person. And that was a Supreme Court decision. So I guess they still had that mentality. They must have thought they were the ancestors of Dred Scott, and they has got drug Scott, like drug through that damn harbor. So to answer your question, why? Why is it a collective joy and pride and laughter? So let me just sum it up to you. Let me just put it real simple. Give it to you straight, no chaser. Let me give you the Bacardi 151 without the Coke and ice. No ice, no chaser. Just straight 151 Bacardi where the ghost can get it. Black people in America for 403 years. 403 years have endured racial violence, public lynchings. The term picnic, do you know where the word picnic came from? It came from events that they called them pick a nigger, to hang. They were public lynchings, and they called them for short picnics, like pick a nigger to hang. Yes. And I'm using that word because that's what they used. That's where the word picnic came from. They would have them on Sundays, and you would have these families that would leave church, their photos. You can Google it, you can do the history, their photos of white families with their young children in their Sunday best, their Sunday dresses and suits, dressed like their father, their papa, and their mama. And food and drink, like a picnic in the park. And they would pick a nigger to publicly lynch and hang. That's where the word picnic came from. So you had all kind of racial violence, the public lynchings, the rape, the burning down black neighborhoods, like the Greenwood district in Tulsa, black towns, Rosewood, Florida, Wilmington, North Carolina, race massacres, especially in the red summer of 1919. Did you know 26 cities in 1919 had race massacres sanctioned by city governments, state governments, even federal governments. Federal government got involved in bombing the Greenwood district of Tulsa, Oklahoma, just because these black people were successful and they didn't need white folks. They had their own community because of Jim Crow and segregation. They couldn't eat in restaurants that were owned by whites. You couldn't sit at the cafeteria. You couldn't come in the front door. You had to sit on the back of the bus. So black folks said, bet you couldn't stay at a white hotel. You couldn't eat at a white restaurant. You couldn't borrow money from a white bank. So they said, well, you know, we're going to create our own community. We're good. We got our banks, our hotels, can go to a white movie theater. They have movie theaters, everything. And what did these envious domestic terrorists do? They burnt these neighborhoods like the Greenwood district in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They burnt the cities down like Rosewood, Florida, and Wilmington, North Carolina. Race massacres back in 1919, 26 cities. Chicago, right here in Charleston, South Carolina, was one of the cities that had a race massacre back around 1919. Houston, Texas. Washington, D.C., which is the ultimate chocolate city. Omaha, Nebraska. Knoxville, Tennessee. Elaine, Arkansas. Just to mention a few. So you've had all of that. The assassinations of Dr. King, Malcolm X, Fred Hampton. All the racism that was legally sanctioned by the federal government. It was written into law, the Jim Crow laws. You couldn't borrow money from a bank. You couldn't get a home loan. You couldn't borrow money to start a business. You couldn't get insurance. The racism in the medical profession, where black women were experimented on like they were animals, and black men. Racism in the legal system, mass incarceration, voter suppression, poll taxes. How many damn jelly beans in a jar? You gotta give me the exact number or you can't vote. People who were murdered and lynched, buses bombed because people wanted to exercise their right to vote. All of that and so much more that black folks have endured for 4 centuries, 403 years, and for so many years that black folks were told to turn the other cheek. Well, in 2023, it ain't 1923 and it ain't 1823. And there are generations of black folks that are like, what you are not going to do, you're not going to do us. You ain't burning down our neighborhoods, our communities. You're not lynching nobody. You're not raping our women. And if you want to discriminate against us, you don't want to borrow me money, fine, we'll find a black bank. There's enough of us, we'll create our own bank. We'll loan each other the money. And it's been said for so many years because a significant part of it is true because anti-blackness has been in the DNA of America since before America. Black people have been taught to hate themselves. Hello, Kanye West. Hello, Candace Owens. Hello, Judge Clarence Thomas. Hello, Senator Tim Scott. Hello, Pastor Darrell Scott. Oh, I could go on and on and on. I'm sure you know some black folks that hate themselves and hate other black folks and think that they're white. And white folks look at them like, you an N-word too. But we gonna use your ass, make you think that we love you till we get tired of you. Then we will remind you that you are an N-word. Ask O.J. Simpson how that worked out for him. It's been said that black people can't stick together or don't stick together. But for once, it's caught on camera for the world to see black folks who didn't even know each other. Teenagers came to the rescue of a brother. It looked like he may have been, 50s maybe a little older than that, I don't know. Even women, black women, because you had some of these domestic terrorists, these MAGA cult members, some of these female MAGA cult members that was jumping in, hitting and attacking this black security guard. And then some of the sisters say, hold on, we don't want our men hitting a woman because then that's going to be a whole different thing. We're going to handle this. And I'm going to say this again and wrap up. I do not endorse, I don't condone violence at all. See, to me, violence is when you are the aggressor. That when you attack and bully, and when you start a fight, and when you start trouble. But violence is not self-defense. Conway Jones, the wisest person I've ever known still to this date, my grandfather, who lived to be 94, who was born in 1888 in a small town where I can't imagine what it must have been like. He was born in 1888 in a little small town in Mississippi called Yazoo City, Mississippi. Can you imagine what he dealt with? And somehow he made it out of Yazoo City, Mississippi to Jackson, made it out of Jackson, Mississippi. We're talking about in the early 1900s. A kid in the 1890s in rural Mississippi and survived it. Was in World War I. Became, they called him a tailor, but he would be a designer. Hell, Giorgio Armani didn't have anything on my grandfather. He could make a tailor-made, custom-made to fit your body perfectly. Suit, dress, suit for man, woman, dresses for women without a pattern in a day. I witnessed it. I fell asleep many a night to the sound of his sewing machine, sewing somebody a brand new suit or a dress or an outfit. They would be so happy sometimes they'd be in tears. Oh, Mr. Jones, Cousin Conway, I never had a suit. I never had anything that fit me so good. He said, Jeannie, never start a fight, but always end it. See, for years, we didn't start fights. We didn't end fights. We were victims. We were just, the laws, the system, everything, the government-sanctioned violence, everything was against us. But for once on camera, he was an example of black people sticking together. And then to find out that the city has a black mayor and a black police chief. So the moral to this story today for me is that I hope that I want to leave with all of us, especially our community and our culture, because this ideology of whiteness, which is made up bullshit, there's no such scientific DNA. There's nothing in the human genome, human biology, that describes whiteness. Not at all. It was made up 5-6 centuries ago. So a small handful of people, I'm going to say this again, so for all you MAGA cult members, you are being hoodwinked. They running a con on you so they can continue to dig in your pockets, and you can continue to give a dude that's supposed to be a billionaire all your little hard-earned money because he says, I'm the only thing that's standing in between you and them. They're not coming for me, they're coming for you. But they're just making you think that they're coming for me, but they're not coming for me, they're really coming for you. So give me your money so I can stay out of jail because I tried to overthrow the government, because I wanted to be a dictator. I wanted to be Mr. Vladimir Putin. I wanted to be Xi Jinping, the president of China. He wanted to be a dictator. He wanted to be Hitler, Mussolini. No. This thing called race, they made it up so they could exploit you and us. And if you don't think that if you think I'm crazy, I challenge any of the MAGA cult members, all the white nationalists, all the white folks that hate black folks. You're really hating yourself. You know why? Because humankind, the first man and woman, was found in the region of the country, the region of the world, I should say, on the continent of Africa. And just Google something called Bacon's Rebellion, to where the wealthy and powerful white males back in the late 1700s, around that time, just Google Bacon's Rebellion, So you had poor working class European, mainly Irish, the Irish, who were working for these wealthy white people back then, and they allowed them to kind of oversee the Africans who were slaves. They got together and said, wait a minute, hold on, man. You know what? This dude is exploiting. Man, he's treating you all less than human. But shit, he ain't treating us that much better. And those poor working class European, primarily Irish, and them Africans got together and they was going after Massa, the white man with the money and the power. Just Google Bacon's Rebellion. And that scared the shit out of them. And that's what the orange jumpsuit Hitlers and the Elon Musks and all of these wealthy billionaires, the Koch brothers, that's what they fear. That's why they don't want you to have unions in these southern states, because they don't want to have to pay you. They don't want to have to pay your kids. That's why they want to get rid of public education. So your ass will have to take these hard labor. You have to take these jobs that will generate and create wealth for these billionaires, these men that own companies, primarily mostly men, because they're very sexist, racist, sexist, misogynistic. Women weren't even mentioned in the original Constitution, and black folks, Africans, were not full humans. They were like, okay, y'all almost human, 3/5 human. Nah. And the only people that could vote and own land, wealthy white male landowners. They were the only ones that was mentioned in the original Constitution. Don't take my word for it. Google it or have your kids Google it. So you're being hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok. They're running amok in your bank account, in your pocket. The reason that you haven't gotten a raise in 30 years, the reason why they are closing down, they want to get rid of public education because they don't want your kids to be educated. They just want you basically to be able to just do what you are told and be satisfied with just barely making enough to eat and keep a little raggedy ass roof over your head while they continue to get wealthier and wealthier. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you, and you, and you, and especially you, and God most of all. Thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show. Live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Please, you and everybody you know, subscribe to the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. Subscribe, share, screen grab. Oh, screen grab some of this show. And make sure you go back and watch yesterday's show also. Woo, got some good stuff. We're going to make some folks' heads explode watching this episode. Share and binge watch all my back episodes. Shout out to Mr. Mark Hill Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show. Check him out on Instagram, on IG, Kelby Cutting Up, KELBECUTTINUP. Allie Jones. Allie Jones is, I call her the drip director, the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show, along with Mr. Bruce Gage and the Mario Uomo collection, and the Flyball collection. So check Allie Jones out on Instagram. It's LX, and check out her collection. So she got a special collection, summer collection. It's going to extend into the fall. The LX.NCL_. So she's got a special summer collection of crocheted gear, crocheted for the kids. So she's got the crocheted drip. She's got swimsuits, 2-piece swimsuits, 1-piece swimsuits, crocheted handbags, ladies and guys, if you want one. Crocheted leggings, crocheted tops, and these crocheted little beanie caps. Check out that collection, her collection, and place your consignment order. And if you need a stylist, for all the celebrities watching, Allie Jones is the person. LX, that's LX, like extra, L like Lexi, X like extra, dot, N like Nanette, C like Charlie, L like Lexi, LX.NCL_. And Bruce Gage, check out the Mario Uomo collection. He just posted some of the spring 24 or spring 2024 fashions. Incredible, amazing. Check out the fall and winter 23-24 and the spring 24 collection already out. Bruce Gage. And the Flyball collection. That's Miglio di Mario Uomo. That's an Italian name. So it's Migliordio MarioUomo. Migliordio MarioUomo. Shout out to everybody. Groove Master Dre, my mother. Hey Najima, thank you for watching. Everybody, thank you for watching me live. Leave me a message here on my YouTube channel. I want to shout out to this woman named Rachel Bittenkoffer. I heard her on the sister Karen. Shout out to Karen Hunter. Karen Hunter she's a bad sister. She's a Taurus, even though she's an April Taurus, but she's a Taurus. So I don't mean Taurus is it. She's dynamic. She's amazing. And I heard Rachel Bittenkoffer, white sister, preaching and spitting the truth. Check her out. I know she's on Twitter. Rachel Bittenkoffer, Bittecofer. Somebody please screen grab this. Send this to Rachel Bittenkoffer. Miss Bittenkoffer, I reached out to you on Twitter. I couldn't inbox you because Elon Musk is on some bullshit trying to get you to pay for these bogus ass blue checks. He ain't getting my money. So somebody screen grab this. If you know Rachel Bittenkoffer, Miss Bittenkoffer, I would love to have you as a guest on the Geno Jones Show. Thank you for watching, everybody. Man, make sure you send everybody. Woo! This one is hot. Send this episode to everybody. And make sure you got to send yesterday's episode too. Because yesterday's episode set up today's episode. I love you. I love each and every one of you, even the haters. Thank you for watching the next live edition of the Geno Jones Show. Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Until then, holla!
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.